Adrienne says Nate won't put it in writing.
I've given this guy at least 10 or 12 cards. He's given me 2.
But her romantic blind date put it out on the airwaves.
He actually dedicated a song to me.
The name of the song is All the Things Your Man Won't Do.
Now, dedicate a song to him. What would you dedicate?
Michael Jackson, Beat It.
After Nate shows his romantic side to his blind date,
He sang to me.
will they stay in harmony?
I'm sorry you had to subject yourself to that.
Or have a change of heart?
Welcome to Change of Heart. Today's couple, they met in a college literature course, but in the elevator one day after class, they shared notes, then they locked lips. And now, after 10 months of ups and downs, they're asking if their relationship is to be or not to be. That is the question. So please welcome Nate Gervais and Adrienne Williams. Welcome to the show. And Adrienne, let me start with you. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how do you rate your relationship with Nate?
I rated a 10.
A 10?
A 10.
And why is that?
Because he's a 12 in the bedroom.
Wow.
And his appearance, I'll give him a 10. I think he's gorgeous.
Look, he's all proud now. Now, Nate, what about you? If you had to rate Adrienne, where would she get a 10?
She get a 10 at being bitchy. She gotta probably be enforceful, demanding.
That's not true. That's
everything.
not true.
I mean, it's gotta be her kind of controlling. Gotta be controlling.
Really?
That's not true. I'm not controlling.
It's like simple things like I like to walk. I'm saying I only live so far with my. I like to walk. She forced me to take a cab.
What's wrong
She'll
with that?
force me
I'm
to take a
concerned with
cab,
his safety.
Get this here.
I'm
like, I don't
concerned
need
with
that.
his safety.
We in a restaurant. She
I
snatched
wanna
the
make sure he
bill.
gets home. Okay,
she
what's
snatched
wrong
the
with
bill.
that?
Do some mandate. Let me pay for something.
All right, wait, let me get an example from Adrienne. What about Nate's behavior, something you'd like to change?
His sense of humor is just.
Does he have one,
Yeah,
or?
it's sometimes
very
more.
funny.
He does it at the most inopportune
very
time.
funny.
He calls
Everything's
me.
funny.
He does.
He's always
He does.
going off.
Everything's funny.
And at my job, when he calls me nasty names, he's
Nasty
actually
names like what? Like
he's
poodle
actually
face?
he's actually called me ghetto because I have piercings in my ears.
I didn't call her ghetto. I
Yes,
said it was
he
ghetto
did.
thing.
Yes, he did.
That's me. I like
and
things
he
like
brings
funny.
it, and he's
Like
actually
poodle face.
Yeah, I mean, come on, and I'm his
Nate,
girlfriend.
Now, Nate, when she
More
gets upset, how does she treat you? How does she act?
She takes things to make a spark to a forest fire. She goes
That's
through a
not true. No,
she goes through a
I
whole
don't. No, I
routine, get in the
don't.
corner.
No, I don't.
Should be proud.
I do not. I don't do that.
And
I
go
don't
crazy.
do that. I don't do
Simple,
that.
like,
Let me tell
and
you.
then go through a whole routine.
I do not. It's just I try to get my point across to him, and he says he doesn't want to be serious.
Well, Adrienne, how would you like him to act if you're trying to be serious with him?
More mature, for one.
Very
Was he always like
more mature?
I'm mature at her sometimes.
No, he's not.
I'm
No,
mature
he's
to her
not.
sometimes. I like to
That's
have
not
fun.
true.
I'm always funny, and I
I
always
just
like,
wish
I
that
make
he would be
everything
a little
funny.
bit more serious at
All
times.
right,
Life
Adrienne,
ain't
think about
stressful.
the future. What's your number one concern about the future with Nate?
I think that I'm going to grow bored, extremely bored.
I ain't
Not
put nothing but
romantic.
excitement in your life.
He is not romantic.
I am romantic. I know I can be romantic.
it's not.
Her thing is
It's
she
not.
demands romance like
And then
say it
even
on Monday.
when I make a suggestion,
Say it on Monday.
when
She
I
wanted
make a
next week.
suggestion, Chris, when I make a suggestion, it's you're impatient.
It's impatient, beyond impatient.
Kind of push him
Come
along.
on, I mean, it's
Forcing
only
it. You don't force nothing.
We've been together for a while. I've given this guy at least 10 or 12 cards. He's given me 2 on occasion.
And
I
keep
gave
it
her
score.
roses.
Now,
Roses.
Nate, give us an example of how demanding Adrienne can be.
How diminished she can be. She's a man like. She want me to stay home all the time. Like she want to be her around. I can never leave.
I'm his girlfriend.
I can never leave. Like
lock you down.
I leave.
I'm
Say
his
I be with her 6
girlfriend.
days of the week. The 7th day I gotta be there too. Like that. I mean, I leave her. I
What's
leave
the
an
problem?
hour.
What's the problem?
I leave for an hour. She call. She'll call me. Come back, give me a kiss. I mean, it got to a point
I'm
that
his girlfriend.
some of my
Listen.
friends
Yeah, but
call the
doesn't he need a little
house.
space, though?
And I give him space. I give him space. I
she-
give him all the
if she
space
could,
he
she
needs.
would call the house.
I mean, some
Listen.
guys, Nate, some guys might think that, wow, she's being really attentive to me.
That's
My
right.
friends-
That's
my-
right.
it's
There's a
true,
lot of
but
guys that
it
love
gets-
this attention.
It get to a point that
That want
you need some space. If you're around each other,
I
you're gonna
give
get
him
tired of each
space.
other. It get to a point my friends call the house and ask her, can they come out and play? I mean, it's something like that. And then you don't need to hear that. Come on now.
Now, Adrienne, you said earlier that you would rate the relationship a 10, right?
Yes.
So obviously there's some issues, but why come on the show?
Well, I think that our relationship has come to that point in time to where either we're going to have this commitment and we're going to go forward, or we're not. It's either or.
You want to find out one way or the other? And Nate, your reason for coming on?
To make sure I got a person that won't try to change me and try to mold me into something that they want. Just accept me like the way I am, the way Nate is, and that's how I like to be.
All right, that's what we're going to find out coming up. Adrienne, now she encouraged her date to cop a feel, so find out what he felt next. And Nate. Now, Adrienne says Nate doesn't have a romantic bone in his body. So we found her a bona fide romantic. Now, he hosts a college radio show called Smooth Grooves, and he's been told by the ladies that he has smooth moves. So please welcome Mark Johnson. See? And Mark, I gotta ask, what's up with the rose petals?
Well, she told me that her man is not romantic at all, and I am, and I did mention to her that one of my fantasies was having me stop by, lay some rose petals along the path, stop by the kitchen, pick up some whipped cream, On the way to the bedroom, we follow that path, when it stops right there at the bed, take it from there.
Long as you know it's a fantasy, dog. It's all fantasy.
Adrienne, now, obviously this man has some smooth moves in him, right?
Yeah.
So, did he show any before the date?
You know what he did that was so sweet that this guy has never done? He actually dedicated a song to me.
Oh, he did? Well,
Yes,
he's got
he
a
did.
radio show.
Yes, he does, and it was beautiful. I've never had that done for me before.
Now, Nate, I don't know if you heard this, but take a listen. We're going to hear what that dedication sounded like.
Okay.
We're going to send this next one out to a very special and beautiful young woman. Her name is Adrienne Williams, and she'll be my date on the show, Change of Heart. The name of the song is Joe, All the Things Your Man Won't Do, right here on 88.7.
Nate, all the things your man won't do. If you were going to dedicate a song to him, what would you dedicate?
Michael Jackson, Beat It. You can beat it, dog. It don't mean nothing. Nothing.
All right, Adrienne, earlier you said you thought you were going to get bored with Nate. How is Mark different?
Mark is different in a lot of situations. I mean, he's totally a gentleman.
I'm not a gentleman?
He
I'm not a gentleman?
was attentive.
I
He
don't
was
listen to you?
attentive. I mean, the first date, first of all, the first date with Nate and I paid. I took him out.
She took me out.
She took
me out. She called me and said, I want to take you
with
out.
Mark?
With Mark, it was beautiful. I didn't pay for anything, number one. He wined me and dined me. It was romanticism all over the place.
Because you what? You let him do it.
He greeted me with roses.
Hold on, Mark, obviously she says you're doing a lot of the right things. How did you know, though, things were on the right track?
Well, I knew just right from the start. When we first locked eyes, I gave her a big hug,
He did. Beautiful bouquet of roses.
Yeah.
Oh, that stomach in front of you. A good hug.
Walked her to the, we were walking on the way there, holding hands, and it was really romantic.
Yes, it was.
They're doing a nice right now. Mark, what about any point in dinner that you took your eyes off of Adrienne?
I couldn't.
No?
No. And besides that, there was a waiter there, his brother named Ray. He was looking pretty GQ himself, and he was trying to steal her away from me. So I had to make sure I kept
Ain't
her
yours to
close.
steal, bro.
But anyway, he was
How did you feel about that?
He was very
what I
mature
know.
about the situation, unlike Mr. Man here, who probably would have got all crazy.
He was good. And then
I'm
why
very
you get all
mature.
crazy?
fed
I don't
me.
get crazy. She's
He
the one that
even
get
fed
crazy.
me. He even fed me. Fool.
listening?
He fed me. He fed me. We fed
ain't
each
that shit,
other.
bro?
Yes, it is.
You're calm down.
Yes, it is.
You're out together like
Yes,
that?
he did. Yes, he did.
But Mark, let me ask you, how jealous should Nate be with your date?
He should be very jealous. I mean, we
Why
got
should I
really
be?
close. You know what I mean?
I'm
And,
confident, though.
She taught me, some intricacies bowling. It's really sexual.
Bowling?
Yeah.
You teaching him?
It's
That's
sexual.
right.
You teaching him what you taught me?
Bowling is sexual?
You teaching him my thing?
The way she
You taught
bowled.
me how to bowl. You gonna
The
teach
way
him
she
too?
bowled.
Okay.
Poetry
I
in
got a
motion.
lot to teach
It
people.
is.
So why don't you do something?
All right, now, Mark, how close can you get? I mean, or did you guys get when you're learning how to bowl?
Well, I mean, we did get pretty close. I did get a chance to taste those soft and, seductive lips of hers.
Oh, yeah?
And then, I did accidentally, brush her butt.
He did.
And, as I did,
There were
though,
a lot of
yeah.
a lot of glances.
Private
yeah,
property.
she was feeling it, though.
A lot
So,
of glances.
she took my hand and put it right back over there where it belonged.
Oh, really? Really? I see.
Oh.
So, Mark,
put
during
my
this
hand out,
moment,
okay.
while this was going on, what are you thinking?
Thank you, Jesus.
You know why? You know why? Because you ain't never had a woman that's good in your life. You ain't never had a woman that's good in your life. That's why you said, thank you, God.
Listen,
How about you, Adrienne? What was going on in your
I
mind?
was checking out his rear end also. It was a very nice view.
Uh-huh.
It was.
So the feelings were mutual, but
It
what were you
was.
thinking about, like, when he was touching you and...
It was nice. It was a different feel. Actually, you know, to be honest, I did miss him. I miss Nate.
You missed Nate a little bit while that was going on?
Yes, because it's you know, it's always been just the two of us. And Mark is a little larger than what I'm accustomed to dealing with. And I don't know, it was just a different feel.
Six-pack.
And Mark, at this point, Mark, could you feel or did you know that she was thinking about Nate?
No, I thought she was concentrating on me. You know, she told me that one of her fantasies was to have me in a bathtub full of rose petals.
You're lying.
You know,
You're lying.
while she was waiting for me on the bed, butt naked.
I told him about my fantasy. I told him about my fantasy, and
put
you know
himself
the
there.
fact that's what happened.
He got no life.
But it's all right.
He don't got a life. He
Yes,
gotta
he
put himself
did.
somewhere
Listen,
he
he
don't
knew how to
supposed to.
treat me.
I
He
know
was
how to
very
treat you, too.
romantic.
I know how to treat you.
Now, Mark.
You don't think I do.
Wait, hold on. Because Adrienne complains that Nate's always wanting to stay over at her place. Did you get a chance to do that?
Nah, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to. I did,
Smart
you know,
man.
we were holding hands, and I walked into the train
Smart
station,
man.
and you know, we exchanged a brief little kiss. Just as the train doors were closing, and I sent her on her way.
She got on the train and
Yeah.
away she
Yes,
went.
and it was a night filled with beautiful romance. He didn't curse at all. I mean, it was romantic.
I got one vice, I
miss
curse.
being-
I don't drink,
It's enough.
I don't smoke,
And it was beautiful.
I don't drink, I don't smoke. I got one vice, I
It was
curse. Who don't
beautiful.
curse?
It
So,
was
Adrienne,
beautiful.
if you had to sum it up, what'd you learn from your date with Mark?
That I don't have to lower my standards, you know. It's all right
Standards?
to
You
ask.
lower your standards?
It's all right to ask for what I want. And if he's not willing to give it to me and be romantic and be the man that I want him to be, then it's somebody else that will be.
All right, hang on.
This one.
Next up, find out why Nate kept visualizing his date totally naked. Hang on, we'll come back and find out about that. Heard what happened on Adrienne's date with Mark. Now let's get the other side of the story. Nate asked for a woman who wouldn't try to change him and who wouldn't tell him when to laugh or where to sleep. So we found him a woman who likes to laugh, but also likes her man to have his own mind and his own bed. Please welcome Rashan Neal. Hello, Rashan. Good to see you. You know Nate? And Rashan, let me start with you. Any concerns that you had about your date with Nate?
No, a little, because I asked him, was I breaking up like a happy home? You know, I didn't want to break
You
that
can't,
up.
honey. You can't break up this happy home.
Well, he informed me that, you know, she's more serious about the relationship than he is.
Oh, I see. So you didn't feel so bad
He couldn't
going
have
out
said
then.
that. He couldn't have said that.
Did you say that, Nate?
I said, don't talk. I eased her because she thought she was breaking up a happy home. I said, she didn't have nothing to worry about. I said,
That's
just
right.
do your thing. I
That's
said, do
right.
your thing.
She
Be you.
can't break
It's
up
gonna be
any
between
type
me
of
and
home
her.
going
Just me
on
and her
over
tonight.
here.
All right, so you made her relax a little bit
Made
with
her
that answer.
relax,
So
yeah.
how did the phone conversation go after that?
After she relaxed, you know, stuff, we got into a conversation like some real sexy talk, some getting a little down and dirty on the phone, like we've been together for a while type talk.
I see.
Yeah.
And Nate, anything that surprised you about that phone conversation?
One thing I found out I didn't know was that she had a child, which I found kind of like, you know, it's kind of hard to deal with sometimes, but it's cool.
A little different.
It's kind of just a
Yeah,
little
definitely.
different. It's different.
Good. Now, Rashan, Nate found your voice sexy. You know, he was enjoying himself. What did you find sexy about him?
Oh, this goatee, this beard.
Yeah, honey. That's what I like about him, too. That's why he's my man.
And Nate, what about when you met Rashan? What were your thoughts?
When I met Rashan, the first thing I saw, she told me how she just got out the shower and her hair was still wet with the little grease and stuff. And that whole thought, just that wet look, her naked, and it was just like,
So that's the picture that you had with you the
First
entire
picture,
night.
yeah.
Her just glistening.
glistening.
I see.
Sunshine type.
So, Nate, talk about the date for a little bit. What'd you have planned?
We had planned to go to the Brooklyn Museum, a sensation exhibit. It's a sexy art exhibit. Real something they need to see. We both wanted to see. Something we about to enjoy.
You've never taken me to an art exhibit.
Hey,
You've never experienced that with him?
No,
Nate?
I haven't. Isn't that ironic?
ain't it? Ain't it?
Now, Rashan, Adrienne says Nate's not very romantic, but you were going to a romantic exhibit. Any chance of romance there?
Oh, yeah, he touched my shoulder, breathed on my neck. His little hip action, you know, it was very
Did his breath
romantic.
smell good?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You heard that? Hell yeah.
So, and Rashan, how did you feel about him, like, touching on you and being romantic like
Oh,
that?
it was cool. I allowed it, because if I didn't, I'd have smacked him.
Well, as long as
I'm
that's
just
for-
glad. I hope she
Got no
savored that
looks.
moment, because it won't happen again.
Now, Rashan, you're at this exhibit. Anything that was embarrassing for the two of you or for you?
It's in the exhibit. There's there's an exhibit of 100 chairs. You know, they're showing like 100 chairs, and he went to go sit in one of the chairs, and the security guard comes running across the room. No, don't sit down.
Can you say
Adrienne was
Such romance.
Was that
Chris.
his sense of humor, or do you think he was just clueless?
No, I think it's just tacky.
Because you don't laugh.
word
You like
for
a
that,
7 in
Tacky.
humor.
There's
She's
a
like a
word,
7
it's
in humor.
called ghetto.
It was funny
Yeah.
though, okay? It was funny.
Nate, what about you and Rashan? Did you guys get to have a chance on a deeper level to get to know one another?
After the museum, we had a drive. We was driving in the car. We talked more about like her past relationships, things she realized that in a relationship you don't force things. Don't be demanding on nobody. Let things take their own pace. Like unlike Adrienne, she demands everything.
I'm not demanding.
She demands
I'm not
everything. If it ain't her
demanding.
way,
It's
you
just
know.
certain things.
How did you feel about this conversation you were having?
Oh, it was easy going. He's a good listener.
Attentive.
It was easy for me to. It was funny because I never spoke to anyone like that on the first date before, so I had a really, easy time talking to him.
So, Rashan, were there some quiet, intimate moments between the two of you?
Yes, in the car, we was listening to R. Kelly and a couple of CDs, and he sang to me.
Nice music. Little singing.
I'm sorry you had to subject yourself to that.
I'm like, damn.
So, Nate, you guys went to dinner after that, I understand. How was that?
Then it was good. We had a good deal. She bragged how she's an eater, like I'm an eater, and she wanted to race me but she kind of got upset when I won.
Oh, you beat her?
I beat her.
Yeah. So a little competition.
After that, we took a walk around, holding hands, and she started not to feel too good, and I felt kind of bad. So I said,
Follow your company.
Well, let me find out from Rashan, what was on your mind while you guys were walking around?
Oh, no, I really wanted to continue the date, but I had come down. I was very sick. I had gotten sick that day. So, but all I wanted to do was go to my bed.
Right. Now, Nate, Rashan wanted her bed. What did you want at the end of the date?
I wanted a kiss.
A kiss?
A kiss, yes.
Kiss where?
Lips. Right here, these two?
I hope you did.
These two things? So, we got a nice, cool, it was a cool kiss. She was real considerate. She didn't want to get me sick or nothing.
Right.
So she just came, just something small. Somebody just lit around.
So, Adrienne, they got a little kiss at the end of the date.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, okay, I was just making sure. Now, Nate, let's say she wasn't cold, didn't have a cold or wasn't sick. What do you think would have happened then?
I don't know. I mean, we had sparks going.
Nothing.
She may have bited me.
Nothing would have happened.
She might have bited me.
Nothing would have happened.
Like
So,
that.
Rashan, if you had the date to do over again, anything you would have done differently?
Yes, certainly. I'd invite him in my house.
Kissed their dates. Now it's time to tell. Will they stay together or have they had a change of heart? Find out when we come back. All right, decision time. Now, Nate came here looking for a woman who will like him just the way he is. And Adrienne, well, she wants a man who will join her on the fast track to a romantic future. They each put the moves on their dates, so who's moving forward with whom? Let's find out. So, Adrienne, we're going to get your decision first. After 10 months with Nate, it's at a little bit of a rough spot, and that's why you're here today. We sent you out with Mark. He had a really romantic, date. He's kind of a romantic guy. You had some kissing that was going on there. What's your decision?
Well, Chris, even though I hate the fact that he's not romantic with me, and he goes out and take Miss Thing here to the museum or whatever, I do hope that we can continue to stay together and make things better.
So you're saying stay together. Okay, Mark, sorry things didn't work out for you, buddy.
No problem.
Nate, Adrienne wants to stay together, but we sent you out with Rashan. You guys had a really good time. You did the museum. You got to be yourself, which you said was really important. What's your decision?
In the last 10 months, Adrienne did a thing like trying to change me so much. I felt comfortable being with Rashan. She made me feel like me, but if she's willing to change and I'm willing to change, I'm going to stay together.
Yeah. You're going to stick it out, too. Stay together. Rashan, sorry things didn't work for you. Now, Nate, Adrienne, I'm glad things worked out for you, and hopefully you can get through this. But Mark, I'm thinking, the two of you, Mark, what do you think? Rashan, good-looking woman, hanging down there at the end. Here's my idea. The two of you maybe hook up. Who knows? Maybe you're back here in 6 months.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
Girl, you ready?
Rashan, what do you think? A little something for everybody. That's our show for today. Thanks to Mark and Rashan, and good luck to Nate and Adrienne. We'll see you next time on Change of Heart.